This is a double interlock pre-action system that's electric pneumatically released. The way that you're able to tell that or indicate that is the electric portion of the release is a solenoid which is connected to a release control panel. The second part of the release, which is pneumatic, is a pneumatic actuator. A pneumatic actuator is a differential type valve that is held closed with air. In this case, the air pressure is being supplied to the sprinkler system piping as well as a pneumatic actuator to hold it closed. The way that the pneumatic actuator opens is upon a sprinkler head operation, or if there were a break in the system piping and the air pressure were to be relieved. This type of pre-action system requires that both releases operate before the deluge valve will flow water. In a standard installation, the electric release is set to operate prior to the sprinkler heads, which is controlling the pneumatic release. So in a fire instance, the detection would activate electrically, opening the solenoid. The solenoid would open up and water would move, priming water would move below the or behind the pneumatic actuator. Once a sprinkler head opened, the pneumatic actuator would open and allow priming pressure to drain from the priming chamber of the deluge valve, and the deluge valve would flow water through the system. I activated the panel. It made the piezo sound, so then I silenced it. That was the first part, or our first interlock of our double interlock operation. Now the air is going to be reduced in the sprinkler system upon a sprinkler head operating, which we simulate in the back of our riser through a standard control valve. Now the deluge valve is activated. We need to close the water supply control valve on the deluge valve to reset the system. Once the control valve is closed, we need to drain the water in the system, which will be above the check valve. So we open our main drain. On this one, it's located in the back. Once we've thoroughly drained our sprinkler riser, we're able to close the main drain, correct any piping problem, or repair or replace any sprinkler heads that have opened, so we have a tight piping network. Then we can reestablish air pressure in the sprinkler riser. We need to open the auxiliary drain valve to drain any residual water in the deluge valve or in the trim of the deluge valve. Once that's been thoroughly drained, we're able to close that. Now we're able to reset our release control panel, which will take power away from the solenoid and clear most of our alarms, with the exception of one supervisory alarm which is connected to our control valve. We're going to open up our flow test valve so we can purge any air in the inlet chamber of the deluge valve. When we close the flow test valve and then thoroughly open our control valve.